Hello, 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 Eagles. We are on day 5 and we wanted to get the discussion going. So, first question I have for you. What are things that students can be suspended or expelled for? Okay, I'm going to pause so teachers can pause and talk about it. Okay, let me move my face from on top of all of the words. Okay, there's a lot of different things that can cause you to get expelled or suspended. Now, some of the items that you can get suspended for are the same that you could possibly get expelled for, depending on the context of what happened and things like that. Okay, so it is an education code. If you ever, want to look it up during your reading time, it's good reading. So causes or threats to cause physical injury to another person. Okay, bringing a dangerous object to school. So like firearms, knives, explosives, anything really that can cause harm to another person, like a box opener or letter opener, or pen shocking pen, things like that. Okay, now when we talk over here about causes or attempts to cause physical injuries, this could be a fight. Now, of course, you would be suspended for a fight, and depending on the extent of the fight, it might lead to an expulsion. Now, I know and I realize that sometimes your parents say, well, if somebody hits you, you better hit him back. Now, there is a difference at school between self-defense and fighting more than you really needed to fight. So self-defense means you are doing what you need to do to get away. It doesn't mean that this person hit you and now you could have gotten away, but you're fighting more than you need to, and then now you're causing harm to that other person as well. So fighting, anything physical is never okay. Those are suspendable items. Trying to get away is different from pursuing the fight. Okay. Now, having or selling drugs or alcohol, that's definitely suspendable or expellable. Damaging school property, stealing from teachers or each other, having cigarettes, jewels, vapes, those are all definitely things that can cause suspension. Okay, profanity and vulgarity, these are in context. So this is a case by case of what the obscene act is. I'm not going to list all obscene acts. Knowing or receiving stolen property, harassing or threatening or intimidating people, bullying them, helping one student hurt another. So to help another individual hurt somebody, those are all items that you can be suspended for. Okay, sexual harassment is a big thing. So when we're talking about sexual harassment, part of that could be how you're treating somebody because of their gender, looking or showing or drawing dirty pictures, staring at body parts of individuals, making comments about other people's bodies, touching someone inappropriate, continuing to follow a person when you've been asked not to. So if somebody says like, I don't want to be hugged, and you keep trying to hug them, that's going to fall under sexual harassment. So keep your hands to yourself at all times. And if somebody says they don't want to be hugged, don't hug them. And of course, if they're saying no to a hug, if somebody doesn't want to be kissed, don't kiss them. We shouldn't even be doing that at school anyways. Okay? So pantsing is also sexual harassment. Okay, so we do need to keep hands off. I know sometimes we want to run around and like tackle each other and we're pushing and things like that, but hands off, because one thing leads to another, and then somebody's hurt, and then somebody's feelings is hurt, and then this causes physical altercations. It can lead to a fight. So hands off at all times, please. Okay, what do you think might be the thing that gets most students in trouble or just in really bad situations? So teachers, I'm going to let you talk about this. I'll give you a second so that you can hit pause. Okay. Now, a lot of things that people get in trouble for happen online or social media. Yes, you have freedom of speech, but you don't have freedom of cyberbullying people. Okay, you don't have that right to cyberbully people. The things that happen online impact how their student education, and that's why you can get in trouble at school for what happens online. So what you're doing online, it counts. So when you're sending something, think about it. Like, is this something it's going to be okay for Principal Baird to see? Is it going to be something that it's okay for me to see? Would your teacher be okay with that? Would your parents be okay with that? Because that's how it's going to be judged. Okay, so when I'm saying cyberbullying, it's the use of electronic communications. So even like different chats, any kind of the chats, the social media, Instagram, emails, texting, Twitter, Snapchat, Facebook, TikToks, DMs, Discord as well. All of that counts for electronic communication. Okay, so with cyberbullying, it's the use of these communications to bully a person by sending them the messages, intimidating or threatening, or just mean messages all the time or over and over. Just those type of things is what is considered cyberbullying. Okay. Negative or and or threatening lists that are generated, written online or social media, that's absolutely not going to be tolerated. Those could be with what ending up with suspension. They involve police. We do get police involved, and it might lead to expulsion as well. Okay, bullying in general. So not just cyberbullying, but bullying in general. So physical actions like hitting, kicking, taking people's belongings, hiding things from individuals over and over. Verbal actions like name calling, teasing, threatening. Okay, indirect actions, gossiping, spreading rumors, excluding others from groups, cyberbullying. So all of that is what's called bullying if it's happening repeatedly over time. And those things are not tolerated. Okay. So with expulsion, like I was saying before, some of those suspendable items can be expellable items. So like if it's causing serious physical injury to another person, okay, except in self-defense. We understand if you are in a situation and you are trying to push and get away, or you have to hit and get away, that get away part is the important part, not the keep going and pursuing the fight, okay? Possession of any knife or dangerous object, that might be lead straight to expulsion. Okay, controlled substances, so they mean like drugs and alcohol. Robbery, assault or battery upon a school employee. Okay, we already talked about this, but you're not selling items on campus. So although we absolutely love Girl Scout cookies and the Boy Scout cookies and the different chocolates and all of that, that stays home. It is not sold on campus. Okay, there's several reasons for that. One, it's a safety issue. You do not need to have money on you at school. Not a lot of amount, not a lot that to the point where you're selling, you're making change. Those things get lost. We are not going to be able to find lost money or stolen money. Okay, and it's not school appropriate because school we're focusing on class, not selling anything. Okay, please make sure that you're getting picked up after school. And you're not hanging out at the gas station or the shopping center. So Gelson's does not like for students to just be hanging out. They're fine if you go buy something and then, eat it and go, but Gelson's is not a hangout spot. Okay, computer use. Please make sure that whatever is on the computer is appropriate. All right. So this means that you're not looking up things that are directly or have reference to drugs, sex, weapons, all of that. If it's not PG, it should not be happening. If it's not PG, then it should not happen on your computer. If you damage the computer, if you lose the computer, you're paying for those damages. Okay, so this was very quick, I know, and if you have questions, please ask your teacher. We can talk about this a little bit more. We will have time throughout the year, but the biggest thing is make sure what you say and what you do and how you treat people. All of that matters. We take all of that seriously. So you're making sure that your interactions with other people are how you want to be treated. You're keeping your hands to yourself and you're watching what you're saying on social media because it will count at school. It does count at school. And people are always like, oh my gosh, I did not know. So I'm telling everyone right now, so everyone knows, what you post matters. How you treat people matters. All right. Let your teacher know if you have any other questions. There will be reminders and different things we talk about throughout the year. But Eagles, we are wishing you a happy and awesome year full of great times and memories, and our rules and expectations are just to make sure that that happens. All right, have a good day.